what's up guys? My name's Grant Borland with ASTS Sound Design, and today we want to show you our new sample library called Delicata. Delicata is a toolkit that is aimed at underscore TV drama styled compositions. A lot of our products have been more heavy sound design trailer related, and we wanted to have some kind of offering on our store that was aimed more at the lighter end of production music and trailer music. And just because this is a lighter underscore styled library, it's not to say that there's not plenty of cool usable sounds that can be used in, trailer music. Yeah, we want to dive into that today, and there's no better way to start a walkthrough than to show you a track that has been pre-written with Delicata. So why don't we dive into Logic and take a quick listen to a composition I wrote using Delicata, and then from there we'll dive a little bit deeper into some of the sounds. Alright, so here's our session. As you can see, I've got this split into two different sections. We've got all these blue tracks here, which is all sounds from Delicata. And then the orangish red tracks are third-party libraries. I've got some snare drums happening, I've got some cymbal rolls, and I've got a little bit of synthesizer. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a quick listen to this demo I've written. There you go. So that was the demo track I wrote using Delicata. So like I said, the blue tracks in that were from Delicata. I used, guitar, I used some drones, some sub booms, some whooshes, some light percussion, signature sounds, hits, risers, all things like that can be expected in this sort of pack. Let's go ahead and dive into the product itself. So when you download it, you're going to get 11 different folders, 11 different categories here. We've got bass, subsynths, drones, guitars, percussion, pings, pulses, and arps, risers, signature sounds, sub booms, impacts, vocals, and whooshes. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to play through some of these so you can kind of get a taste of what to expect in this. So those are some lower bass hit, bass effect kind of sounds. We also have just a low sub-synth that I created using some of my analog synthesizers. We used a lot of analog synthesizers. Some Korg synthesizers, I've got some sequential synthesizers. We also had a composer named Adam King, create some sounds using a variety of his analog synthesizers. So a lot of these percussion hits and pulses and some arpeggiated things, some of those can be attributed to Adam King's efforts with all his cool analog synths. So let's continue through here. So these are just really low sub-synth kind of things. I've just got one in, every key. Let's move on to some drones. We've got dark drones and light drones. Let's listen through some of the dark drones. These were created by James Brown. These ones are really cool. I'm just going to play a couple random ones. I mean, that one goes on for a while, but you can hear it just continues to evolve. Listen to some of the light drones. Moving on, let's listen to some of the guitars. So we've got these broken into 3 different categories. We have dry, which is just, some guitar plucks, guitar chords with little to no processing on them. We have some loops that you can just drag and drop into your sessions or chop up however you see fit. And then we also have some more processed guitar sounds that, will have reverbs and delays on them. They're going to be more like plucks or some chords similar to the dry. Actually, they're basically the same as the dry folder. There's just processing on them. The guitar on this was a Fender Jazzmaster, and I was recording that through my Kemper, which you can probably see kind of in the corner of the screen. So I got a lot of really cool guitar tones, kind of like post-rock influenced. That was kind of the vibe I was creating when I made these, but let's listen through some of those. And then, some chords. So those are really fun to layer and start making like fun chord progressions out of. I'll show you the process next. So we have all different, different keys for you to play with and, build compositions from. I'm going to play a couple loops for you too. So those are the guitars. Let's look at the percussion. The percussion is broken into loops and one-shots. The loops are, broken up into a range of 80 to 105 BPM, and then it goes from 110 to 130. So those are some of those. Let's listen to some of the one-shots as well. Alright, the next category we have are pings. This is kind of one of these things that I mentioned previously where I feel like where this is kind of more of an underscore library, there's also things in here that can be really useful for, building out trailer music as well. So we definitely kept that in mind when creating this product. Moving on, here are some of the pulses and arpeggiated things. all sorts of good stuff there too. We've got a few risers in here. Moving on to our signature sounds. Always good to have some signature sounds to pull from. We've got some sub booms and sub impacts. Here's some of those. Alright, our next section is vocals. And this is one section I am super excited about. These vocals are all recorded by composer Jessica Jarvis. Jessica went ahead and recorded a bunch of really cool, vocal phrases, some vocal pulsating elements, things like that. So we have this broken up into dry recordings, which has just some light, EQ and compression, and then we have processed vocals, where we just added a lot of effects to it and made some really unique sounding things. Go ahead and start with the dry ones. Oh, 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 oh. Mm, 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 mm. I feel like those pulses are really cool. A lot of times I've been noticing in trailers there's a lot of vocal elements that have been regularly being used. I think about recent trailers I've watched A24's Men or the Andor trailers. There's all sorts of trailers that have been using vocal elements, so we wanted to make sure that we were if we did vocals, we wanted to do vocals in a way that was kind of unique like that. So there's a lot of really useful stuff as far as the vocal phrases and pulses go. Let's listen to some of the processed ones too. Alright, that's the vocals for you. And then finally, our last section in this library is whooshes. We've got a few whooshes here. Let me play a couple of them. And there you go, that's Delicata for you. There's a lot in here that I think will be very useful for composers and producers alike. It is on its intro sale right now. It'll be on sale for about a month. So yeah, pick it up right now. It's $28 and then it'll go up to $35 when it's off its intro sale. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have fun with Delicata.